high maintenance women. And this field is wide open. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a couple of the qualifications. So if you want to follow in my footsteps, it's pretty easy. And this goes for both men and women. First thing you have to be aware of is how to order food at a restaurant. Now, I was brought up with the slogan about Burger King. You must have it your way. I really like that. So when I go to a restaurant, and I try to make it easy for the waiters, because I don't order any ingredient that isn't already on the menu, I just might want it a different way. So, for example, let's say I was to order the salmon entree. I would order as follows. I would like the garden salad, no croutons, dressing on the side, and the salmon, if you can ask the chef to blacken it, that would be great. And I would like that plain, with maybe some steamed vegetables on the side. Now, as I'm doing this, everybody with me at the table is rolling back their eyes and they're saying, "Oh, Barbara." Well, I don't care, because by the time the food arrives at the table, when they compared their plate to my plate, yeah, you guessed it, I should have ordered it that way. That's right. Now, what I like to do to the waiters as well, just to amuse myself, is when it's time to collect the empty plates, I look right at the waiter and I say, "I hated it." It just takes a couple of seconds for them to look down, and my plate looks like I licked it. I liked it so much. And of course, he gets a smile. Now, some of the waiters in some of the restaurants in the area I work in, they've got my number now. So, for example, this Thai restaurant, I don't have to look at the menu. I walk in, I say, "I would like the ginger chicken, no carrots, unsweetened iced tea." So sometimes now, when I go, the waiters say, "Ginger chicken, extra carrots, extra sugar in your iced tea?" Well, the first time I was like, no, it's not that. And then they laugh. Okay, so they got me. Okay. Now, second category, ordering food while traveling. I think we're all familiar with flying on airplanes. Either there's no food or it's not good. So I was a brownie for 2 years, and I make sure I'm always prepared. So this is what I do. Especially when you're traveling from the West Coast to the East Coast, by the time you get to your destination, there might not be any food. I don't eat breakfast or lunch as a rule, but I have to eat dinner. I can't fall asleep by the time I get to the hotel with nothing. And I want to make sure it's food I like. Why not? So this is what I do. I go to the airport, I go through security, I go to a food place, and I order the following. Could I have 4 hamburgers? And if you could package it this way, I'd really appreciate it, because I think we can all identify that the packaging they give you is very flimsy. Plus the fact I don't need to walk on the airplane with these 4 big packages like this. So I say, I would like 4 hamburgers in 1 container. I would like vegetables, lettuce, tomato, and onion in another container. I don't need the bun. And could you double bag that in a plastic bag? So now I have the hamburgers in 1 package, the vegetables in another, double bagged, and I'm off on the plane. So that by the time I make my destination, not only do I have the food I like, but it's with me. So I make sure I have it. Now, third category, renting a car while traveling. This particular same trip, going from San Francisco to Chicago, I'm now in line to get a rent-a-car. Now, I don't know about you, but when you're in a long line after a long trip, and you're standing there, I personally always feel better if I can look behind me and see a longer line than the line in front of me. So, in Chicago, it's now my turn, and I'm up at the front of the counter, and I am talking to Ben, the rental car man. And I thought, well, I'm in sales, and, I know this. The worst they can say is no to me. So while Ben is looking down, writing up the paperwork, I said, "Ben, could I have a free upgrade?" He doesn't even look up at me, he just said no. Well, okay, it doesn't hurt to ask. So now, as I'm leaving the line to go into the parking lot to get my car, I say in a loud voice, "Hey Ben, thanks for the free upgrade." and I proceed to go to the car. Now, you can imagine, everybody now thinks Ben gave me a free upgrade. And the reason I know this is because by the time I got to the car, that one guy behind me, he's running, he goes, "Hey, can you tell me what you said to Ben to get a free upgrade?" And I go, "I didn't." You should have seen the look on his face. Again, I like to amuse myself and then amuse others. That's the way I work. So, in closing, with any occupation, you can imagine, you really have to have the right business cards. Now, I'm going to tell you a funny story how I got these business cards. A former co-worker of mine and now friend decided, what is she going to get Barbara for her birthday? And she's pretty creative. So what she did is she created business cards for me and sent them to my office. So I'm in my office, they deliver a box of business cards. Well, I didn't finish the old business card, so I just pushed it over to a side, and I never called Sue. And she thought, well, that's pretty funny that I didn't call her, get any reaction from me from what she did. So finally, Sue calls me. She said, "Did you get a new box of business cards?" I said, "Yeah, but what do you care?" She goes, "Did you look at them?" I go, "No." She goes, "Can you look at them while I'm on the phone?" I said, "Okay." And these are the real cards. It says, Barbara Grosswoman, Director of High Maintenance Women, Love Goddess Division, with my address and phone number. My brother said, "And you give these to who?" I said, "It's a joke, it's a joke." But anyway, I'll be happy to pass out these cards and mentor anybody who's willing to go into this occupation for Director of High Maintenance, men or women. Thank you very much.